Well, hey, and welcome back. Yeah, if you're losing your hair like I am, maybe a t-shirt like this works. Now, before I get going on all this stuff, big shout out to Colin Rimmer. Have a look over to his channel. I'll pop a link up for that as well. He talked to me about this thing and showed me it, and then I put it on my Christmas list. So thank you, wife, for getting me that. But yeah, this is really good. Have a look at his channel, check it out. Now then, so last week we talked about these memory cards, all the different types, whether it be big fat ones, all the thin ones that go inside it, and we explained the speeds and the new 265 compression rate, and all these things have got some form of memory. Most of these things have a memory card slot, and the object of the game, for me anyway, is to get all the media off of all these devices onto this hard disk. This is one of these new SSD hard disks, so I can take it with me. It doesn't matter if I drop it, things like that. It still kind of works away. Actually, it does matter if you drop it, because you're not supposed to drop these from various heights. But anyway, all the information is stored on a memory card. It's a bit like that. So there's no moving parts to it, so it should be better. It has a USB-C connector on the end. There is another cable which has a normal USB-A version. In fact, that's one there. So when I'm putting a film together, I use a workflow, like a book, a beginning, a middle and an end. And so again, I'll put all the information on there, whatever the topic happens to be, from all these cameras, audio devices, whatever it is, and then put it onto this hard disk. What I'm also doing is using this iPad, which has got a USB-C port on it. Now this one is fairly new, but I know that it's over a year old because it doesn't have any warranty support. I know that because there is a fundamental problem with iPad Pros, that this is supposed to be able to go in any particular way, USB-C cable. If you plug that into there in the wrong way, it won't see it. If you plug it in, just pull the cable out and turn it over and plug it back in again, it will see it. So there's a hardware fault with the port on these devices. But anyway, that's another story. So now on here, in fact, we are an Apple house. So if I take footage on this and I'm in the house, then I can use AirDrop and connect those two together and transfer the footage quite easily. But if in the caravan, there's an issue trying to do that because we need a Wi-Fi connection for that to work. For those of you who are not aware of AirDrop, it uses Bluetooth to talk to each other, so you don't need anything for that to work. But Wi-Fi is how we transfer the media, so it needs to have a Wi-Fi connection. Previously it never did that. It would just show the device, but it would never actually transfer the media, and you go, wonder why that's not working. That's why, because it uses two signaling methods. So that's fine from these to these. There are cables and there are adapters to do that. So I just simply use one of those. It's got USB-C at that end, it's a media card, and it's a big one, an adapter, and I can put a small one in the end. Fine and dandy, I hear you shout, for items that have memory cards. Just choose that, for example. That doesn't have a memory card at all. Right, and that's your 360 camera. So I had to purchase one of these adapters and then have a cable that connects to the bottom of that to this, and then the iPad would be able to see this. There is another method if you had like a Mac or a Windows PC, where you have to turn the power and the shut button and hold them both down for the device to be able to be seen in the first place. Once it's seen, you can then transfer the media across. Now on here, it's a different story. Let's assume for a second we don't have any Wi-Fi. So how do I get the media from there to there? Well, I have had one of these which has got a lightning port on the bottom of it. In fact, I've got it, but I haven't got the adapter that plugs in the end of it. So your memory card goes in the bottom, away you go. The trouble with that is, and any of these methods is, there seems to be, I don't know what the rhyme or reason for this is, but there seems to be a limit as to how much media that you can transfer. I think these were designed for like photos, so that's not a problem. But if you want to transfer large video files, if you're shooting something like on that GoPro, then how do you get that onto these? So I had to purchase something like that. It's called a SanDisk, which has got a lightning connector on it. That's got 128 gig on it, and then I can plug that into the bottom and then copy on the phone all the media to this, which is fine. So I've now got my video footage onto this device, and then how do I get that onto there? Again, that's where that comes in. It's got a USB port on the side of it. Just plug it in, flex that way up, and then it would see that, and then I could copy all the media onto this. Let's take a step back a bit to iCloud. iCloud is something that Apple provides you with to sync all your devices together, Macs, laptops, whatever. But they give you 5 gigabits free, which is not a lot. And then you can have whatever you like. The latest version is 2 terabytes, which is like Dropbox and things like that. But this would be chargeable. Apple charges something like £79 a year to be able to, or Dropbox do anyways, 80 quid a year to be able to have Dropbox and sync these 2 devices. But then I have to pay for the up traffic and then the down traffic to these devices. So what I'm trying to achieve is getting the media onto this hard disk and not paying anybody anything. That's the whole idea. Now, you're familiar with what Apple's video editing software is. It's called iMovie, and it's free on the iPhone, and it's free on the iPad and free on Macs as well. The paid for version of iMovie, as in the next one up, that delivers a whole load of other features, is called Final Cut Pro. I learnt what to do with iMovie, but then that had a knock-on effect to iCloud, because that's where it kind of gets all this media from and the photos that are on here, so you pay for all this. So I thought, is there not another mechanism to be able to use another app, if you like, to be able to import straight to that app? And there is. It's called Lumafusion. Now this app, in my view, is superb. Not only does it work on the iPhone, so you download it once and then it appears on all your devices, but also you have family sharing, so everybody else can get access to this as well. It has a lot more features than iMovie, and what I'll do now is show you briefly how easy this is to use. So let's start by opening up the app, and we'll create a brand new project, and we'll call it Memory Cards 2, and we'll start from there. So a quick explanation. So top left is all my media that's now been imported. Top right is where I can see what's going on, see the video, and the bottom is what we call my timeline, which is where I will be doing things. So what I'll do is I'll select a picture and 2 random bits of video. I'll stitch them all together, put some text on it, and then export it to photos as a finished movie. And you'll see just how easy it is. This is just a picture, it doesn't move, it's not a movie of any sort, just a picture. I've brought that in, so that's that picture done. I'm now hunting for a couple of random bits of movie. So here's one here is Fiona's logo, and it's not too long, but I shall chop that in half in a minute. Here's one of Jess, so I'll just grab that, stick it at the end, and you can see on the bottom right side, this one has to be downloaded from iCloud. Let's just let it get on with that and download it. I think it's nearly there. Just let it finish. And then it's now imported it. Okay, so back to the beginning, and now I'll click the little plus at the bottom of the middle of the screen there, put some text in, and we'll select the little pencil icon which is at the bottom, which is our edit button, and then we'll choose the actual text that we want to select. Enter. Just testing, just playing, that'll do. Just playing, and then I'll hit return and go down the bottom. I don't like the colour that's in, so I'll just pick one and then apply that. So now it says just playing, and then goes into that bit of frozen water picture. Again, I'll apply some text to that, and I'll shorten that to make it fit the actual frozen picture. and then I'll edit that again, and because it's cold, yes indeed, hit return on that. Again, I don't like the colour. There isn't one up the top I can choose, so I'm just going to select the red one, apply that, and with my finger I'm moving here the position of it. Let's whack it up the top. Yeah, that'll do. So now what we got is just playing, goes into chili, and then I'm thinking I'll need something in between the two because it's not quite smooth enough. So we go into transitions, and we'll just transition smoothly from one to the other. Yeah, that works. And then, okay, so the next video is Fiona's logos. I'm playing with those. So we're doing lots of different variations on the same sort of theme, if you like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop out half of it because I don't need all that lot. Yeah, that's fine. Just delete all that. Yeah, that's a lot I want to get rid of. So select it. Oops. Select it, then delete. That's a trash can there, and delete that first one as well. So that's the end of the other one. End of the logos going into that. So I'm just going to choose a different transition, but this time I'm going to swipe to the right. So as you can see, the logo appears, disappears, and then swipes, and then goes into Jess. Jess has got another transition that we need to stick in between those two. And now I'll tell you what, let me just go to another project that I've got, and just, that's it, beyond that blue door, that's it, copy that one, and then what I'll do is I'll go back to the project that we're on, and we'll just tack that at the end. So paste it, in it goes, and you can see that it goes from just playing, goes through there, I'm just playing this, and as you can see it blends into chili, and then goes into Fiona's logos. Yeah, that's good. And I put another transition at the end here, sliding towards Jess, catching her ball. There we go. And then into the beyond that blue door. But it just jumps straight onto that, so it needs another transition somewhere in here, and that's a bit long as well. So I'll take another bit off, then select transitions. We'll go up to our cross dissolve again. Put that between the two. There we go, and that's it. So one finished film. So what I'll need to do is export it now. So I'll select export, and then I can select photos, 1080p, 264, that's fine and dandy. Save it to my photos app. It will then write the movie and then plonk it in my photos for me. And so here we go with the end result. Now, talking Lumafusion, next week Fiona will be doing a book review on that new Richard Osman book. Suggest you have a look at that. Yep. Well, that's it for this topic and also for this week. If you do feel inclined, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe and hit the little bell for notifications.